from here I'll be. Way away from here you'll see. Hello everyone, welcome back to Minecraft. Chillax. Let's just relax today. You know, sometimes I find myself playing Minecraft like right now and just wondering, this game, it was so popular for so long, right? Like, this is 10 years after its release. I'm playing. It was 2019. This episode's coming out in 2019. And thing is, like, this game has been out for 10 years. Like, oh my god, And this game was so popular on launch. It was so popular for so long. It was still popular in 2013. It was still somewhat popular in 2015. And, it's just such a big game, this game. And it's so good. It's not like it's gotten any worse. Some people would argue the cooldowns made it worse, but I would also tell them to shove it, but... where was I? Well, you see, my main issues with, I guess Minecraft as a whole have never been major in any form. I always loved this game. It's just you can only love this game for so long. And then you want to do something else. Like, yeah, this is great, this game's great, but I want to go play a movement shooter or whatever. And then hop on to, TF2 or Titanfall or whatever. Our Titanfall 2 is a really good movement shooter, but... so... yeah... I like movement shooters. It's probably one of my favorite genres of games. Movement shooters are pretty good. We still have another one. And also at the same time, I really like single-player games more than multiplayer games, because one thing about single-player games that makes multiplayer games worse is that multiplayer games can just die, right? And they just gone. You just can't play them anymore, because they decided not to keep the servers running anymore. You don't own a multiplayer game, You own... you get to temporarily lease it, which, by the way, that's been kind of a stigma that's illegal. About being a law issue, is can games actually do that? And the answer seems to be no, because games aren't services, they're goods. But at the same time, everyone seems to think games are services nowadays, and that's just sad. I mean, WoW is a service because it's a subscription, but games that make you pay once to get in aren't services. But anyway, multiplayer games just go away anytime, and you get to, if you pay for them, you get to temporarily house them until they can't bother to keep the servers running anymore. But in exchange, with a single-player game, you can play it 10 years down the line, and it'll still be just as good as it, or well, it'll still be the game, you'll still have it. That old copy of Mega Man you have up in your attic, it's still good. You still own it. You can still plop it in to whatever gaming system it's for, or whatever. And play it right now, you can't do that with a multiplayer game. But also, single-player games tend to have a lot more, I guess, of a sort of controlled experience, if that makes sense. The enemies in multiplayer games are, virtually random of skill level. They could be Hoblo Escapoto 2006, who's just installed the game and doesn't know what he's doing, and can't figure out what the fire button is in your first-person shooter game. And then you could also be up against Steven doesn't have a life, who is just wasting you consistently because he doesn't have a life. And he's just so good at the game because it's all he does every day of his life. Just hop on the game and play, and he's got like 5,000 hours in it, and you've got like 50, and he's just kicking you back and forth. But yeah, that's kind of a thing. Then again, one of my top 5 games of all time would be TF2. But at the same time, it's probably my only multiplayer game in my top 5 games of all time. My top 5 games are as follows. Ahem. Number 5 would be probably Hatfall. Number 4 would be Wolf Tales. Number 3 would be TF2. Number 2 would be Half-Life 2. And number 1 is Sleeping Dogs. And those games are, you know, they're all over the place. So, yeah, you have that to think about. Let's see here. And one of them, Woah Tales, is a dating sim. That's one of my favorite games of all time. It is the only legitimate dating sim I've ever played from completion. Doki Doki doesn't count because it's a horror game. I played Doki Doki all the way through. I played the joke dating sim in Hatfall all the way through. I played part of Nekopara, which I don't think counts since I didn't finish it. I don't think that counts. I've played part of... I don't mean like part of Nekopara like as in I completed Volume 1. I haven't even completed Volume 1. So, there's that. That's it. So, Woah Tales is the only dating sim I've actually played to completion, and I loved the hell out of it. Every second of it, so... If you were like, man, I've thought about playing dating sims, but no, that would be my recommendation. Woah Tales. Yeah. You know, like Sleeping Dogs is a sandbox and it's on my top spot, but every other game in that spot is more of a shooter type thing. But yeah, I like a lot of games, I guess. Single player has this can have amazing mixes of storytelling through gameplay and whatnot you can't really get in multiplayer, you know? You know, it can have good gameplay, but it doesn't necessarily have a good mix of storytelling and gameplay. So, there's that. And then we've got... We're making some good work here, but... Yeah, that's why I like single-player games more than multiplayer games. Is A, you own them forever, and B, they're usually more made for you to play rather than made for the chum who keeps spending way too much time in it. I'm sure everyone has that one game they spend way too much time in and they get really... Oh, great, I have to go back down. Everyone has that one game they spend way too much time in. You know, mine's TF2 again. You know, one multiplayer game they spend way too much time in, they get really, really good at. Some people, that's a single player. So, like, you know, speedrunners probably have that be a good single player game. But, yeah, a lot of people, it's a multiplayer game. And they get really, really good at it. And therefore, no one's had a chance. But if you go, you know, just want to play another multiplayer game for a few hours, because, you know, you should never play one game too long. You'll end up getting burnout. But you end up playing another game for a little while. The next thing you know, you're, you know... play that game for you start trying to play that game and it don't happen. Like nothing happened. You're bad. Everyone else is so much better than you. And you just cry yourself to sleep. Whereas in, you know, single player games, they usually have, you know, difficulty levels. So if you're not very good at the game, you know, the type of game. So if you're not really good at, say, third-person shooters, like you know, like say Saints Row, you're playing a Saints Row game, you can set the difficulty down to casual or whatever. You can't really do that for multiplayer, right? I mean, there are some like ranking systems and stuff that you can be a part of, but I'm always too scared to play comp because the last thing I want to do is just like show up and be like, hey guys, I am so great, I'll help out the team, and then immediately get my ass beat and be the reason my team fails at everything. So yeah, that's kind of my issues with the world as a whole. Yeah. Let's see here. What else can we talk about? Well, we could talk about... I know. Let's talk about... How about we talk about YouTube work? YouTube work is the thing I do, if you haven't noticed. I make YouTube on the Gaming Cores channel, and I've also made 2 whole videos on my personal channel. Go ahead and check them out. I usually don't put a link to my personal channel in the description of the videos, and I won't be doing it on this one probably. But you can go to the Gaming Cores main channel page, and I'll be on the sidebar there. You know, you don't talk about the recommended channels. If you're on mobile, it's still an option as well. But yeah, we're gonna cook up some food here. And, yeah. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good food. And while we're doing that, we should be making ourselves a few more iron picks, maybe maybe an extra iron shovel or two while we're at it, you know. Make sure we don't have sticks elsewhere. We have some sticks, I don't know if it'll be enough. Well, it's only 2. This will be enough for 2 picks, which is really all we want for those. And then I'll need just a couple more sticks for the shovels. And yeah, we should be good on those. That front then. Bam. Bam, we got some shovels. I heard you wanted shovels, so I shoveled your shovel. Bam. Food's up and cooking. All is going well. Oh man. This is gonna be good. This excavation project is going decently. Soon enough, we'll have it completed, flattened out, and we'll be able to build an awesome thing up there. But we're not gonna be able to finish that this episode, because this episode is over. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.